The game tips off. The NBA action is just getting started. There's no better place to get in on that action than with FanDuel, America's #1 sportsbook. With FanDuel, you can place live bets throughout the game, so even if you miss the opening tip-off or want to bet on a fourth quarter comeback, you can stay in on the action. And if you're looking for bigger payouts, you can even combine your live bets into same-game parlays. Right now, new FanDuel customers can get $150 in bonus bets if their first $5 bet wins. Just visit FanDuel.com/UCSS to join today. That is FanDuel.com/UCSS for your shot at $150 in bonus bets. Make every moment more with FanDuel, the official sportsbook betting partner of the NBA. And if you win betting on the Cavs, send us in a ticket. We're going to start featuring a game on the show. So send in your winning FanDuel tickets. We love seeing our fans win with FanDuel. All right, guys, this is the all-athlete panel, which is the perfect panel to discuss this next topic with the Cavs. Kenny Atkinson said after their win against the Heat, we're in a bit of a slump right now, which is ironic because they're on a 12-game win streak. How do you find the balance between winning despite not playing your best and trying to make sure you are at your best form heading into the playoffs? Tyvis, how do you kind of, from an athlete perspective, balance that of, I know we're not playing great, but we're winning, so do we change? Do we have to make any big differences, make any big adjustments? How do you balance that facet of being an athlete at that kind of level?
To be honest with you, I think where the Cavs are now, they should be focused on maybe not the results, but the process. And that's the thing about if you talk to a lot of great athletes, they always tell you to fall in love with the process, not the results. And what that means is, how that applies to this is when I go to the game, I know in film session, my coach is pointing out something that I'm doing wrong. It's not like I'm out there just the best basketball player and I'm just flawless. There's something that is not right. And what they need to do is when they get out there in game reps, because that's the best time to do it, that's when it matters the most, you need to fix those things. And if we win the game, we win the game. That's great. But come playoff times, whatever it is that I'm lacking, if it's I'm not great on defense or I'm not finishing well with my left hand, whatever it is, you better know that the other team knows that. And they're going to attack you and put you in situations to find out if you fixed that thing. So for me, for them, what they should be doing is making sure that they are well-rounded, that there is no flaws. Anything that another team think could be a problem, they have to be able to show that they got the solution and the answer for that. So to me, that's how you can do it and not worry about winning. You could be winning and not playing your best or whatever the heck you just said. Like, to me, they need to be out there focusing on individually the things that I need to get better at. And then obviously, if you win, great. If you don't, at least you got better during that course of that game.
I mean, listen, sometimes you don't always have your A game, in terms of your skill set, but you can control what you can control, which is your effort and how you play the game, your mindset, your focus, and all those things. And that's where I think the team needs to be right now. I mean, they haven't played their best basketball the last few games, but they're still on a 12-game win streak. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And they can continue this tonight. I mean, they're on the road against the Hornets, who've lost 9 of the last 10. They're 18-point favorites on the road, which is, I think, the largest road favorite of the season. I mean, you just use these games to work on things. And like I said, if you take care of what you can control, and that's the effort, and that's the mental focus, and how you go about your business, and if everybody pulls their weight, you can win games when you don't play your best. I mean, that's the amazing thing about pro sports and sports in general is that not always the guys with the most skill end up winning all the time. Mm-hmm. The Cavs are a very skilled team, but they are a team that will outwork your ass.
Yeah. And
that's what I love about them.
I went back and I look at a certain amount of things, and I go back to 2014, right? No, was that 2014? Yes, 2014 when y'all won the championship, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. During the first part of that year, when y'all got beat by Virginia Tech, I was like, there's no way they're winning anything. They're not winning nothing.
That's messed up.
But by the end of the year,
it's pretty messed up.
But by the end of the year,
gave up on us.
Where y'all got to. Now listen, I could go to Dustin's team.
They didn't lose.
Nah, when they almost lost to Purdue, I said, how?
Holy Buckeye.
I said, why are they playing this way to Purdue? And these Purdue had nasty uniforms too. And
they wore the gold and the white pants.
And I'm like, y'all should be smoking these dudes. And it took to the last play of the game for them to win.
Mike Jenkins.
But
Not quite the last play, but
those little small little nuggets stay in the back of your head, and you probably was like, listen, if the realization was, damn, we can get touched, we can lose, we really can lose.
We can get
touched out here, bro. And so then you go to the end of the season, that's back there, and you know, well, okay, well, I know what the other side of this thing looks like, right? So now you got that extra little piece of motivation. And for the Cavs, I don't know the way to look at it. I don't know to say, okay, well, we're playing bad right now. Like Dustin said earlier, you almost want them to take a couple L's. You almost want a few, because here's the thing. These games, this game against the Heat, they should have lost that game. And you don't want them to get lulled to sleep thinking, we can give up 20. We can spot you 13. We letting Duncan Robinson get to the rim and dunk, and we let guys just get open jumpers. That type of stuff can float in the regular season. And like Donovan Mitchell said, he came out and said, that's great. We can win all these games. We done clinch. But at the end of the day, we need to win a championship. This is what this is all about. And so for me, I look at it as I want to see how Kenny Atkinson coaches this thing. Because, I mean, I would love to have something on tape that says, hey, we lost to this team right here, and they had 4 starters out at home. What was we doing?
They probably should have lost 3 of the last 4 games. I mean, and they're 4-0
The Portland one is the one that I was like, yeah, they probably going to lose this game.
The Portland one, the Bulls game was in tow. But there's that. It's a fine line, and I don't have all the answers, but it's a fine line from being, hey, we're a great team that's resilient, or we just be letting our foot off the gas and playing around and we got lucky. It's a very fine line with that. But in the playoffs, that's how you end up slipping up and losing home court, because you was playing around and all of a sudden somebody get hot. And then you're down 0-1, and then now you got to win game on the road.
In the playoffs, I feel like once a team go down 20, it's depending on where the game is, they pull the starters out and just wave the white flag. We're going to get ready for next game. The Cavs did it last year against Orlando, and it was vice versa. Like, they go up by 20, all right, we're worried about the next game. Y'all put the bench players in.
And the thing for me, Dustin, is sometimes you don't, even in college football now, it's cool because you get to see guys have to play 4 or 5. It seems like they're playing forever. You get to see them play those 4 or 5 games and have to refocus very quickly to get back on it. In the playoffs, the game be way different. And for this team, I think a lot of the apprehensiveness is we haven't seen them have to put it together back again and say, okay, we just lost. We down 0-2 or we down 0-1 or we lost on the road. And until you see it, until you get to that point, you just have to say, well, I don't know if they're going to be able to pull that type of stuff off in the postseason.
Yeah, I think that's fair. I mean, they haven't been in a situation where they're playing a series where you've got games to go back, watch the tape, take a day off, come back to and face the exact same opponent again. That's going to be the different part about this postseason. And these regular season games, I mean, look, think about this. If they win, they're on a 12-game win streak right now. Let's say they win tonight, 13 games. They got a game with Sunday,
then Tuesday.
Sunday, then Tuesday. So you got the Nets, or is it the?
It's the Bucks on the road Sunday night. Nets home Tuesday.
Nets home Tuesday. I mean, what if they win 7 more in a row with their 19-game winning streak going to end the year?
That's rough. That is. It almost seems weird because no team usually with that level of win streak or that lead play their guys like that. They start resting guys.
My concern is you know how it is, guys. When you get to the postseason, it's almost like you're playing a different sport.
Yeah.
Okay. So for us to be so locked in and excited about this regular season right now, I just don't want it to derail what the prize is, what the goal is, which is the championship. And I don't want them to get caught up in this 70 wins or 66 wins or whatever it may be. I want them to have fun and go do your thing like you've been doing all season. But man, at the end of the day, it's about putting the banner up, man.
Yeah.
You're not putting a banner up for 70 wins.
Who's in the play-in right now?
As of today,
Bulls.
The way the play-in stacks up, the 7 seed is Miami. They would play the 8-seeded Atlanta Hawks. Winner of that game gets the 7 seed. The Magic have fallen to the 9th seed. they'd play the Bulls, losers out. The winner of the Magic Bulls game would play the loser of the Heat Hawks game. Winner of that would get the 8th seed and play Cleveland in the first round.
So basically, you telling me it's a mix between either Orlando, the Bulls, the Hawks, or the Heat?
Correct. And those
They
four
smoke
teams,
their boots.
those 4 teams are pretty much, the order could change. They will be the 4 play-in teams. Miami, who's currently 7th, is 5 full games back from Detroit, who's in 6th. And the Bulls, who are in 10th, are 3.5 games above the Nets, but the Nets and the Sixers are trying to lose.
Have we played the Hawks since we lost to them back to back?
Yeah, but they've already finished their season series. They don't play again this year.
What was the series? We was one.
Didn't it finish 2-2?
Okay.
Under no circumstances should we be worried about the first round. None. There should be zero worried about the first round.
I agree.
Second round game, because look, even in the second round, if you catch the Bucks, if you catch the Knicks,
They played 3 times, by the way. It was 2-1 Atlanta. Sorry.
if you catch the Bucks or the Knicks, you're gonna be a little spooked. I'm not gonna lie.
I don't know about the Knicks.
Listen,
I
the
know
Knicks,
I think they overcame the bright light thing.
not spooked to a point where they're gonna be like, oh my goodness.
Now,
we're
we
gonna
haven't
lose.
played Mitchell Robinson this season, right?
The Cavs, if they matched up with the Knicks in a playoff series, should run through New York.
You would think.
They should run through the Knicks. The Knicks, and I know it was one game, but when the Knicks came here a couple weeks ago, and they play again at the end of the season, they play the Knicks twice again.
Okay.
Twice more this season, one in Cleveland, one in New York.
Okay.
The Knicks have no answer for the Cavs from a defensive standpoint. They cannot keep the Cavs out of the paint, and if the Cavs can get into the paint and Karl Anthony Towns is really the only threat of rim protection, they have no shot.
They shouldn't have no problems. It's only them doggone Celtics. I'm not even going to talk about listen, I've people in Oklahoma City. They've been spamming me since I call SGA a grocery store.
OKC's good, G. Don't
I don't want no problem with them.
You
They're
called
good.
him a grocery store?
I called him a grocery store. He hit us for 40 in like the first half. 40. Like it
You
was.
see what he was doing lately, G?
He just had 50.
Yeah, 50.
He had
Yeah,
it's
man.
the quickest. He had four games, 50 points in 19 days, or 19 games. It was the shortest span in NBA history or in the modern era of NBA history.
Mid-range
a 50-point
assassin.
game.
But I just don't understand how he does it. I
don't
either, man.
I don't get it. Like Dustin,
good.
I be looking.
He's not a ball hog.
Like he's not like.
I mean, the guy.
super athletic. He's not like super fast or jump super high. He don't shoot a bunch of threes.
got
I sort of feel like he is super fast and super athletic.
But-
But he don't necessarily look
But he
like
don't
it at all
look like
times.
He's shifty.
He
He
just-
has a stop-start to his game.
does.
And Brunson's similar in that sense.
My goodness.
It's a stop-start that you just aren't used to.
And no disrespect-
And he's got them gadget inspector arms, G, that he gets some shots off and some range floaters
Yeah,
and
it's-
angles that other dudes just can't do.
It's just crazy. Like and listen, he gonna win the MVP.
By the way,
Don't you think that's wrapped up?
Yes.
If he plays like this the rest of the season, yeah, he's going to win unanimously.
I mean that's wrapped all the way up. Now, to me, the hope I have is maybe that the Lakers could beat them, because I actually feel like I'm already prognosticating.
You want the Cavs-Lakers final?
I like that matchup.
Got to beat LeBron.
I've never said I like that. Give me LeBron. Give me the 50-year-old LeBron. Like I let them play hero ball.
he really turned it on. And
Listen, it would be
it's against the Cavs.
Yeah.
He would try to go for 50 every day.
But which matchup you like better, McNuggets?
For the Cavs,
Yeah.
the Lakers or the Thunder,
Yes.
I want to see the Lakers.
Yeah, I
And
do too.
That'd be the most fun of all potential playoff series.
But
in
do you
my
think
opinion.
that's the best matchup for the Cavs, or do you feel like?
I think you make a case for either. I don't know. Just like New York, I know the Lakers' defense has been really good of late.
Yeah.
I don't know if they have the athletes to stay in front of Cleveland. I also don't know if Cleveland. I don't know how you guard, not Cleveland. I don't know how anyone guards Luka and LeBron on the court at the same time. So I think I'd rather play the Thunder because it'd be their first time at that level, and they have one elite scorer, and then everyone else, we'll find out how they perform in the playoffs. The Lakers guys I have more faith in to perform at that stage. But from a matchup standpoint, I think the Cavs probably match up better against the Lakers. But I'd rather see the Thunder. I said both, but I'd rather see the Thunder.
The Thunder got a nice. The arena is loud. They got a nice home court advantage. Yeah.
But if it's the Lakers, you know the refs are gonna be like, oh, LeBron, Luka, like it's gonna be tough to overcome that.
Donovan Mitchell is gonna have to take that him serum.